It's now my privilege to introduce and yield time to a gentleman who is, again, another recent addition to the House of Representatives, elected in November of 2008, someone who I have really seen exercise incredible leadership since his election to the United States Congress. And apparently the token man here tonight. So it's really especially wonderful that you've joined us. Steve Driehaus hails from Ohio and is the former minority whip in the Ohio House of Representatives. He is also a former Peace Corps volunteer, which to me, that kind of altruism and volunteerism is so incredibly admirable. He's the father of 3 young children, which I know is what he is the most proud of, and it's my privilege to yield him 3 minutes on behalf of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I certainly want to acknowledge the tremendous work of Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz and Congresswoman Myrick on this issue. You know, I hail from the great state of Ohio, and we looked into the breast cancer statistics in the state of Ohio. And we learned that more than 8,000 new diagnoses occur every year for men and women in the state of Ohio with breast cancer. And nearly 2,000 breast cancer fatalities still occur every year in the state of Ohio. And while this rate has declined in recent years, in part due to the emphasis on early detection and treatment, we all know that it's still way too high. In Southwest Ohio, we've made progress. We have the Breast Cancer Alliance of Greater Cincinnati, focusing on advocacy, education, and communication. We have the Chris Collinsworth ProScan Fund, promoting breast cancer awareness and education, providing access to early breast cancer detection services, and offering support to breast cancer patients. We've got the Breast Cancer Registry of Greater Cincinnati, housed at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, which is designed to obtain information from and about women and men diagnosed with breast cancer, with a purpose to support research about the causes of breast cancer. But while all of these things lead to greater awareness and greater education around breast cancer, it's interventions like the Early Act and the Breast Cancer Awareness Month that help us bring national attention and national focus to young women, young men and older women, or older men, about the dangers of breast cancer. I remember when I was just a little boy, my grandma being diagnosed with breast cancer. I didn't know what it meant at the time. I knew grandma was sick. I knew she was in trouble. She eventually succumbed to cancer. And I think just like every one of us, we have those stories. But back then, when I was a little boy, we didn't have this awareness about breast cancer. We didn't have the early diagnoses that we had today. And that's why so many women lost their lives to this dreaded disease. We're making progress in this country. We're making tremendous progress. And it's through actions like the Early Act. It's through actions like Breast Cancer Awareness Month that we make that progress. So I again want to applaud my colleagues on the floor tonight and lend the voice of the men of America in support of these efforts. I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of the legislation. I think it's a critically important piece of legislation, and I appreciate you taking the time tonight to, again, educate the people of America on the issue.
Thank you so much, Mr. Driehaus. Again, it is